Hello teacher, my name is Red Colbert and today we're going to talk about North American literature and we are going to start with it. So what is the meaning of this assignment? For me, the meaning of this assignment is to learn what is the North American literature, what types of it, and how we can to learn to be a good professional in our bachelor or that is important when we are learning another language to because we have to know everything about it. So, what is literature is? The definition of literature have varied over time. In Western Europe before the 18th century, and literature denoted all books and reading. Literature can be seen as returning to older, more inclusive notions so that culture is studied, for instance, include in addition to canonical works, popular and minority genres, and the word is also used in reference to non-writing works, to oral literature, and the literature of related culture. Exists a lot of type of literature, but these are the main types of literature. For example, drama, fable, autobiography, biography, poetry, prose, science fiction, and journalistic literature. So we are going to explain three types of literature. That the next is prose. Prose in literature is that form of literature which is somewhat plain and simple. It has no special grammar structure or a reading pattern to follow. It is written in a usual tone, forming into a natural speech or a conversational tone. Nothing is specific in prose. Paragraph or sentence can be long or short. Example of prose include novel, newspaper, textbooks, and more. The next is drama. Drama is a play in literature, and a playwright composed it. It portrays fictional or non-fictional stories to explain a certain event, character, or stories. A drama is produced using dialogues or actions. It can be performed on a stage, radio, or big screen as a film. Conflicts, emotion, and impressive characters are required to produce a high-quality drama. The next is poetry. Is a composition of reading, sound, and lyrics. The definition of poetry by one of the greatest poets in history, William Wordsworth, it is spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. The poet composed poetry in a sort of a song to develop emotion, imagination in the listener's heart and mind. The poet chooses words carefully so the listener can relate to them. North American literature. Origin. Traditional literary historiography has situated the beginning of American literature in the early 17th century, when the first English settlers arrived in Virginia and Massachusetts, and wrote travel accounts histories, and religious texts. As the entry points out, however, the English were latecomers to American colonization, and if we look beyond national and language boundaries, the beginning of American literature can be dated back to 1492 when Columbus wrote his first letters about the new continent. Here we have someone's author names during the early Puritan period and main work. The first is John Milton, that composed by the blind improvised Milton, and your first edition with a small but significant revision published in your second edition. As a blind poet, Milton dictated his verse to a series of eight in his home in his play. The second one is Anne Bradstreet, considered by many scholars to be the first American poet, emigrated to Salem, Massachusetts. She had no formal education but had contacts to Orion provided by her abusive father. Her book of collect poems, The 10th Most Lately Spread in America, was the first published work by a woman in America and England. The third is Edward Taylor, emigrated to America in 1662 in defense of the restoration of the English monarchy and Harvard-educated minister. Taylor did not write his poems for publication, but is a private act to prepare of each Holy Communion. Here we find a lot of words that I cannot understand, that I do my glossary. For example, the first blind, eyed, argued, and const, unyielding, defense, reading, writing, reading, latecomers, I put two times here, and preliterate. Preliterate. I don't know how to say it. And this here we have the summary that some researchers suggest that literary fiction can play a role in individual psychological development. Psychologists have also been using literature as a therapy tool. Physiologist Hogan argues for the value of the time and emotion that a person devotes to understanding character situation in literature, that it can unite a large community by provoking universal emotion, as well as allowing readers access to different cultures and new emotional experiences. One study, for example, suggests that the presence of familiar cultural value in literary texts play an important impact on the performance of minority students. Psychologist Maslow's idea helps literary critics understand how characters in literature reflect their culture and history. And my personal opinion is the next. My personal comment here is that we have to know everything about literature, because if we are learning about English, we need to know that what English is coming from, what is its origins, and how many types are, and what is the meaning of each one, and also to teach other people if we wanna do it. So thank you so much, teacher, and I hope you that we're going to record my assignment like this. Thank you.